Saturday, May 12th. This is a special edition of the Ring Junkies Boxing Show. I'm your host, Eric Colpitts, and the man on my left here needs no introduction, the new light heavyweight champ of the world, Bad Chad Dawson. Chad, thanks for taking some time.
Thanks for having me.
So one thing I wanted to ask you about this fight that you just went through. Now, I don't know if it's something that's naturally in your fight game or it's something that you worked on in camp, but it seemed like you controlled Bernard like the majority of the fight with a lot of shoulder movement and a lot of feints. Is that something that you did in camp, or is that something naturally in your fight game?
No, that's something we just added to my fight game.
That's new?
Yeah, that's new, definitely new. Me and Scully, Scully had a great game plan, and that was the big key. The feint and keep him jumping, and keep him uncomfortable. And I came out the first round. I didn't realize I did it so much until I watched the fight.
The whole fight?
Yeah, the whole fight, yeah. But that goes to show you that, what you're doing in training camp, shows definitely in the fight. If you have a great training camp, you're going to have a great fight, great night. So that goes to show that. But that was definitely something that's new, something I'm definitely going to continue to work on.
Now, one thing, because I know Ice personally, I've known him for a little while now, and a lot of people going into this fight, which is outrageous, were saying you brought him on just for him to be a yes man and all that, and it's nonsense. And I know that, and I think now people see that.
Yeah, I don't think Scully would even go for that.
No, if you've been in the gym for 10 minutes with him, you know he's not a yes man. But and one of the things that I think really came out underrated is your cut man, Rafael Garcia. Now, how comfortable did your corner make you feel the entire fight? Because there was a moment, I think it was in the 4th or 5th round, and me watching it personally, being a Connecticut guy pulling for you, it started to get a little dicey a little bit, and it seemed like the corner pulled you in. How much did that make a difference?
Well, I know I had a great cut man in Rafael Garcia. That's the first thing, So honestly, I wasn't even worried about the cut. I knew the head what happened. I knew the cut was there, but it was more about me staying focused. Scully kept me focused on the fight. I let Rafael do his thing because I know Rafael Garcia is the best. People say he's one of the best, but he really is the best. Especially for his age, be able to get up and get out of the ring, so that says a lot. And he stopped the bleeding, so I didn't really focus on that. I was focusing on my game plan. When you work with somebody like John Scully, it's always about the game plan. You got to stick to the game plan. Like we worked on the training camp, sticking to the game plan. So when I came back to the corner, I wasn't necessarily so much worried about the cut because, like I said, Rafael handled it. But I still had to focus on my game plan and keep my composure because he was trying to bring me out of my character so much. Headbutting and holding and hitting. He was hoping that I would do something to erupt and so the referee could disqualify me or something like that.
And you could see that there was a moment where you had a good spot and you had him against the ropes and he tackled you. And I'm thinking, here we go again.
Yeah, exactly. I said before, after the fight, I give Bernard all the respect in the world. To be 47 to be willing to go into the ring with a 29-year-old, that says a lot about you. Even people were saying he did it for a payday, he did it for this. I don't think he did it for anything. I think he did it, someday you got to pass the torch, in a few years, 5 or 6 years, it's going to be my time to pass the torch. So it's always the young guy coming up that's going to be eyeing you and wants the opportunity. Just about, are you still going to be in the sport and giving the opportunity, And he's still in the sport and he gave me the opportunity.
I was glad to see you guys, go out on a note like that with the, because there was the controversy in the first fight and all the talking, and that's going to happen, but it was good to see that.
I think at the end of the day, all fighters respect each other, You got some fighters that just don't like each other, but I think, at the end of the day, after the fight's over and everything, you got to sit back and you got to say, all right, he beat me, I'm not going to cry about it. He didn't get knocked out.
Right.
He didn't get hurt. He just lost the fight.
Yeah. So now looking forward, you said the big name everybody's talking about it now, Andre Ward after the fight. One thing that I want to know about that, and I guess the talks are really going through, it's getting serious. Were you told to say his name, or is that something that...
No, I was not. I've been saying his name for the last... I haven't said it publicly on TV and anything like that, but I've been eyeing him for at least 2 years. So, the fact that I'm willing to go down to 168 fight him, that goes to show right there that,
So you have no problem?
I'm confident in my ability, and I'm confident in what I can do. So.
You have no problems getting to 168?
No. Like I said, I've been fighting that heavyweight for so long. It's been about 4 or 5 years now. So, but I'm not saying it's going to be tough because I can't. I have to be disciplined.
Right.
I have to eat the right thing. I have to lose. Because I can get down to 172, no problem.
Right.
I go into camp at 180 pounds, 178, 280. So. I could do it, but I just gotta discipline myself, and I gotta be focused, and I gotta be willing to do everything I have to do to get down to 168.
Right.
But that's never a problem with me. You know, I know it'll be a big fight. It'll be a great fight. So I mean, I know I gotta do what I gotta do. So.
And you said you've had your eye on him for a couple of years now, and one thing that I've noticed with his fight game that started to happen a little bit. He likes to muddy up some fights sometimes if he knows the guy in there can outwork him a little bit. Is that something?
I mean, I don't want to say too much, but
yeah, well, I know you don't want to give away too much.
I know what I got to do.
Okay, so.
I know what I got to do when I fight.
All right, cool. So thanks again for the time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Until next time, we're out.